Joining the desk now, Hall of Famer, friend of the show. Glad to have him back. Where the hell you been, E.D. Eric Dickerson in the house?
With all these young kids
I miss fighting. All right. And the NFL Network's Bucky Brooks, friend of the program, smartest man on the show. All right, Marcellus, I'll start with you.
Carolina education. Carolina education.
Will all the smoke backfire on the Browns?
No, I don't think it will. One, they've made this place a destination. Even if it's just in mindset, it's an attraction to free agents. It's an attraction to those on this roster right now. They feel like they've arrived. Now, obviously, you got to go out there and prove that with the results and the win-loss column. But in terms of hype and in terms of energy, this is great motivation for the place that we used to call the mistake by the lake. Think about the mistake by the lake and how that would deflate you if you're on that roster, wearing those doo-doo brown outfits and just going out there like, I mean, you lose games before you even get to the stadium just because you're not as up because you're on the Cleveland Browns. A couple years ago, this is an 0-16 team. Now, when you feel like you've arrived, all of a sudden, that energy picks up, and we know that football is a great game of skill, but a greater game of will. And whenever you can pour on energy to that, I've seen magical things happen. My best case in point, personally, you know, when Coach comes out with the black uniforms that week, all of a sudden, you're like, what? I've seen that on the lower level to the professional level. Tennessee Titans come to mind. 4 years with Jeff Fisher. This was a non-winning team, 8-8 at best. They even were 2-14 the year he came in. Sorry, we used to play Tennessee. We were like, ooh, God, is that an expansion team? What's going on with them? New stadium, all of a sudden, new energy. Guess what? 13-3, went to the Super Bowl. Just like that with the same players. I think right now, when you have this new energy, this new mindset, you can get new results.
Well, my opinion is that Baker Mayfield, I like Baker. From the beginning, I've liked him. I liked him.
You like the hype?
I like the hype. You know, you're right. When we used to play Cleveland, you know, we called the Cleveland Clowns and the Cincinnati Bungles. So, I mean, it gives them identity. I mean, it really does. You know, he's at a baseball game having a good time. It just shows he's a fan. If his name was John Thompson and it's like the ultimate fan, they'd be like, look at the ultimate fan. He's having a great time at the baseball game. That's it.
He'd also make a lot less money.
Of course he would.
But
the thing is that he's not out, you know, running from the police.
No more.
Anymore.
He stopped that.
You know,
he got caught.
Doing things like hitting women, doing all that kind of stuff.
No.
He's doing stuff that's fun at a baseball game.
He's in training camp.
Hey, look, you know what? He's 20, was he 21 or 22 years old? Whatever, he's in his 20s. When you're 21 or 22 years old, you can't tell me everybody up here has done something like, man, I wish I wouldn't have did that. You know, all of us have. But that, I'm with that. He's got a pretty woman sitting next to him. What's wrong with that?
Fiance.
I don't care if she's still a woman.
His wife.
His wife. So, hey,
Hop that broom.
I'm with it. I like it. I like the energy.
So, and I think in Cleveland, the reason why it resonates, particularly with the executives, I was with the Green Bay Packers in the mid-'90s. All those guys, John Dorsey, Lonzo Highsmith, Elliott Wolf, whose dad was the general manager for the Packers. Brett Favre would have a good time and be out and about, and at the same time, he won 3 straight MVPs. The thing that this does, though, is the more you put spotlight on your off-field endeavors, the more your on-field needs to be tight. So Baker Mayfield this year, he doesn't have the luxury of being able to enjoy a sophomore slide, a sophomore slump. He has to come out and play at a higher level. If not, all of these little things that we've talked about, they then become major headlines, and he has to answer for those things if his play isn't up to par.
They have a first-time head coach. They haven't done anything. It was nice. They went 7-8-1 a year ago.
Yes.
This reminds me of what team was that on? They were calling the Dream Team, and what
The Eagles.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
Vince Young. It was the Dream, wasn't it?
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It was
yeah,
the Dream
yeah.
Team. And that turned into a nightmare real quick.
Yeah.
I mean, so I just don't. I think this works for Baker Mayfield and Baker Mayfield alone. And what he's doing, he's dragging the Cleveland Indians. He's dragging the whole team into it. And I'm not sure if I'm a first-time head coach with Odell Beckham Jr. new to the fold, because I'm just saying, Odell Beckham is not a conflict guy. He likes attention, but not conflict. He don't want any smoke. But if the way to get attention is to beef and do those things, we're going to start seeing this affect other players, and they're going to turn this into a circus more than a football team. I just think for Baker it works. I'm not sure if he's dragging the rest of the team into a fight that they really don't want.
Well, let me push back. If you don't chug the beer, you ain't going 16-0. Like, think about the conference. Like, I love when people always like, oh, you over there messing it up. Bruh, this is not connected to that as much as you think it is. I saw the war paint dudes show up in the locker room, man. Ah, yes, sir. Yo, sir. Ready for battle. Kickoff. Woo, pap. Where'd the war paint go? You know where it went? That was a locker room thing. This on this field, it's a moment of truth. No matter how you dress it up, you got to respond then and then only. How you get there, how do you prepare, what's your process, it's all different. It may look different from the exterior. Even in this moment, the Cleveland Indians were tied 2-2 in that game. Baker chugs a beer, which I've never seen before. He bit the beer.
He
little different.
I've seen that.
You seen that?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Man, I've been to frat parties, passed out at a couple. I ain't never seen anybody bite the beer and take it to the head like that. But 5 runs were scored just in that moment because of the energy I'm talking about, man. It's something that if you can capture, run with it.
Who hit the home run? Did somebody?
I ain't watching
Got
baseball.
this jersey he's wearing. I think the guy his jersey he's wearing.
Oh, Lindo. Damn.
Yeah,
Even
home
more.
run. That
Even
makes it
more.
even better.
I just think it's tough with Baker. Like, he brings it on. Like you say, he likes to smoke. Man, it's tough to engage in all those battles all the time. At some point, you just kind of want him to do his deal. I want everybody to always be comfortable in their own skin. But, man, when you're the franchise quarterback, you just want to go easy. You just want to go easy and make sure that you're doing all the right things. You don't bring undue attention to yourself.
But why? That's so fear-based. That's basically what it's saying is when I hit my slump, which every quarterback does.
He's gonna hit it.
When I hit my slump, be nice to me. Who cares? Like, my slump is my slump. I don't care how you talk about me. You're not going to make the throws or miss them by the talk.
Everybody says that.
Until they
have to say, so then we go to the media scrum and, he's not available. Now we can't get any questions. So if you do it, you got to be able to be willing to stand in it. So it's just you're making yourself I'm not saying you're putting more pressure on yourself, but you just have to be able to respond when it doesn't go your way.
I agree with you. One thing you said that he has to go out and win. That's the most important thing. But this is Baker Mayfield in college.
That's who he is.
This is him in college. All of a sudden, you want him to be a choir boy, sit back to baseball game?
No.
Be who you are. Be the guy that you are, because sooner or later, you know what? It's like cards. You're going to play your hand. You got to drop it. You're going to be who you are.
Look, man, I'm rooting for this dude. He's exciting. I want Mayfield and Mahomes to be the next great football rivalry. I think it's great for football. However, you don't have to engage and give energy to every scrap and every fight. And
why not?
Because it's just an energy drain. And you're dragging other people. There's 52 other guys in that locker room. And look, I would say 25 of them probably love the hell out of Baker Mayfield and ride or die Baker Mayfield. Then there's the rest that are kind of ambivalent and don't want people coming in the locker room. Hey, what'd you think about Baker Mayfield chugging that beer at the clip? Oh, we got to talk about this.
That's better than talking about 0-16. Let's talk about beer.
Look, we got to talk about Baker Mayfield again and again and again about some kiddie stuff that I'm not in. Look, that's all I'm saying. The rest of the personalities in that locker room, a lot of them don't want to be bothered with this.
Well, the authentic Baker Mayfield is what I always want you to present. We talked about this last week with Mike Tomlin. He said, I don't want anything out of Ben Roethlisberger but to lead through his own voice. Be yourself. We could deal with everything else that comes from that. And him knowing beyond being a player, sometimes the brand consciousness comes into play. Sometimes you think about how this is going to play. This is even a smart play. Beyond being authentic, think about it. The line of being the understated quarterback, leader of your team, sitting on your hands is too damn long. If you're Baker Mayfield, you're like, how many guys have actually wanted to smoke and actually dealt with it, could breathe through that smoke? What warms you can burn you, but what if it doesn't burn me? What if I'm actually the one that can stand there, like you said, through adversity? Oh, I'm available. I'll talk through it. If he can play that, Joe Namath 2.0, whatever this may look like, he's a rock star.
He's a rock star in Cleveland right now. I mean, look, if they, hypothetically, let's just say they go out and go 12-4. I'm just saying. That's what I say hypothetically.
No, that's
you know how he's a superstar automatically. I mean,
okay,
you can live.
but
and hold it, if it goes reversed, I still believe people are going to still we still love our quarterback. We just love he plays hard. He gives us something to fight for. If he's not coming in, oh, well, we lost again today, it's a bad day, it's my fault.
If they start out 3-3 or, God forbid, 2-4, everybody in that organization is going to be having to answer questions about all this little extracurricular stuff around Baker Mayfield. It's unnecessary. It's unfair to a first-time head coach. I get it. The Browns want some attention. Everybody wants some attention. I just don't think this is a smart, long-term play. He can be himself. There's again, man, I'm one of the most profane, non-PC comedic persons I know. I mean, any joke that comes to my mind is very profane and inappropriate. I can't just do that and show it all the time. It would be unfair to everybody else.
That's you.
What?
That's you.
That's how you built.
That's how you
That's
are.
how you're built.
He's different. That's how he's built. That's like you ever meet somebody and say, every time you see this guy, he's smiling. Man, I don't see how he do it all the time. Every time. That's him. That's how he is that energized every time you see him.
It starts impacting other people again. Because I'm a conflict guy, too. The reason why I like the dude, again, he's like me. And Bucky, more than anybody knows, days in the 90s, there wasn't a fight I would turn down. But again, eventually, what I found out is man, a lot of my coworkers damn, man, can I get some shine?
So am I hearing it correct? Am I hearing it great? That basically, don't fight all those fights because eventually you're going to lose? Who gives a damn if you lose? It's still fear-based. You're anchored out of your own perspective, which is great. But you have to give people freedom to live a different way and get to the same place differently. And I like a guy who's just look, I'm not doing it the way you want me to do it.
It's cut from the exact same cloth of the criticism I've had about LeBron James. You start sucking up all the oxygen, and you look around, and there's some guys you playing with that can't breathe.
But he's still
playing. And he has a lot of guys. They didn't need oxygen. You got Jarvis. You got some other guys, some other personalities. And so, look, this is a big thing for them. Cleveland is like a household brand. You go all the way back during their heyday when Marty was there and the way they played, and they have a storied franchise and a tough fan base that is excited and eager for them to win. Look, man, all eyes are on them. They are must-see TV this year. He's walking into the light. We'll see if it burns them, though.
What if this is just overcorrection? A lot of times when you've been through hell, franchise, just the fact that no one notices you, you overcorrect. Sometimes you go a little far, you exaggerate it, but then that comes back and regresses to the mean once you realize, they're respecting us. So we don't have to, even the Eagles did it in their Super Bowl win. They putting on dog masks and stuff. Pay attention to me. And then once you win, I ain't see a damn dog mask, did you? And they try to bring it back. Big real,
I get it. I get it.
Maybe this is a part of their design just to say, look over here, because we are ready. We'll see once they get there, if they're ready, and if they are, will they continue with this?
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. And be sure to check out more of the best clips from Speak For Yourself, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.